Hello, James Foster. I'm back with you again for another distance learning chat. Today we're going to focus on how to survive with your child at home. I've taken some resources from our district behaviorist and have provided them for you in a succinct way. So I found myself talking to myself this week. As you know, we're all wearing two hats right now, the parent hat and the teacher hat. And sometimes it's hard to intermingle both, especially when working with our own children. Oftentimes, working with our children on classwork can be a struggle and can cause frustration and anxiety for us and our children. So I wanted to take the resources from the behavior alcoves that we receive each week and summarize some tips and strategies to help you survive as a parent-teacher so we can make the experience pleasant for everyone involved. We need to be clear with our expectations and not make assumptions because this is when behaviors occur. Let me give you an at-home example first. Without explaining the importance of sitting down to play a game and being clear that the expectation is to stay seated during each player's turn, we might find our child getting up during their sibling's turn to play with the dog. When a child is having difficulty with classwork, we could say, if you just read the directions, it will make sense. Or instead, we could adjust the environment by asking, can you please read the directions to me? And then ask our child to explain the directions to us to make sure they understand what is being asked. Part of adjusting the environment is letting your child know when it is time to work, having a designated time and place to work. And remember to schedule a break in your day. Sometimes if the break does not come in time, that's when we see meltdowns at school. So if we can front load and let our children know when a break is coming, that will be helpful. It's also important to get their attention first and make sure they're paying attention when we are talking to them. Presenting a list visually will also be extremely helpful. When they can check off a list, there's a sense of accomplishment and empowerment. As an adult, I love checking things off my list. We don't just want to say, all right, time to get off your iPad and get back to work. That would be transitioning without a warning. Giving a warning really helps your child have a chance to find a good stopping place and makes those transitions easier. So it's important to give them a warning and embrace countdowns. I like to do a 10-minute warning, then a 5-minute warning, then 2 minutes. This is called priming. And the more we do this, it will help our children move from one activity to the next, especially if it's a non-preferred activity. And then when they do transition in nicely, encourage and praise them. Another thing to avoid is giving too many directions at once, or asking too many questions, or giving too much explanation at once. I'm guilty of this as a parent and as a teacher too. Giving too much at once really limits the likelihood that they will take in what we say and follow it. We want to chunk directions out, and we really want to give them a choice in their schedule. Rather than giving them a laundry list of things we want them to do, it's better if we offer two options. Would you like to do math or reading first? This will work for school or chores. We also want to avoid saying no or stop, because this often leads to defiance. Instead, we can build in motivation. We all need motivation, even us as adults, especially when things are hard and we are working from home. Personally, I'm motivated by praise. Most of the time, our students are motivated by time with you and praise as well. Ask your child, when you finish this math, what would you like to do? If you identify this motivation before they start an assignment, then you can keep encouraging them to finish by reminding them of what break they can take when they finish that particular assignment. If they're motivated by a 20-minute walk with you, you can say, well, when you finish your math, we're going to go for a walk with the dogs. If they're motivated by extra time on the iPad or a quick round of Monopoly Deal, great. Most of the time, you'll find that they are motivated by simple and free planned breaks. This is just another reminder that you are enough. We understand that this is hard. I think we are all hitting that breaking point from being inside. You are doing a fabulous job as parents, and we know that it's a hard task that we are asking you to do. And we are so pleased with how the children are doing in whatever capacity they are able to log on and get their work done. We appreciate all that you are doing from the school side, and we are almost at the finish line. Also, please remember that this really is the best place for them. It's being home with you. We're continuing to make plans for next year, and as soon as we have more information, we will let you know. But until then, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you again soon, James Foster.